Look, if you're over 40 and still trying to train like you're 25 years old, good luck. You're not broken, but the old methods are. Now in this video, we're gonna walk through how I train in my 40s, what are the things I took out, and what actually works. It's not sexy, it's not extreme, but it's sustainable. And sustainability is the most important factor. And while doing this, it was hard to unlearn a lot of these old things, like letting go of my ego. There's no such thing as benching 6 plates. There's no such thing as squatting 10 plates. There's no such thing as deadlifting 10 plates. Not saying that we can't search for a stronger version of ourselves, but sometimes the ego gets in the way and we say, I used to do this and I used to do that. When I was in high school, I would bench this. And when I was in college, I did this for, but we're not in college. We're 2 decades older than college. Think about that, 2 decades older. That's 20 years older than you were in college. Now, if you can do that, congratulations, you're a 1%er, awesome for you. But for the rest of the 99% of the world, we're just looking to sustain, looking to maintain, and we just want to train. The other thing I wanted to change was chasing the soreness. I always wanted to be sore. I always felt like if I'm not sore, well, I didn't work out. Where if my body wasn't incomplete and incapable of moving, I did not work out. I'm supposed to get out of the gym on leg day and struggle walking. That's not how it is. I'm not chasing the soreness. I'm just getting the movement. I'm making my brain work in conjunction with the body so I stay strong. Why? Because you want to preserve as much muscle as you can for the next couple decades. Because as we start to age, we're going to lose muscle. Our muscles are gonna start going away. We're not gonna be as strong, we're not gonna be as toned, we're not gonna have as much mass, but we wanna keep as much as we can. And that's why strength training, building muscle, and the proper nutrition are what we're gonna talk about today over the age of 40, and this is what I do. So if you're ready, I'm ready, let's do this. I used to think more pain equals more gains, right? But now, more pain is just more trips to the chiropractor. So here's what actually works. The number one thing, strength training. Getting onto a strength training program is always the number one. 2 to 3 times per week, doing movements, compound movement. Compound movements are squat, bench, dead, pull-ups, a clean, a snatch, things of that nature where you have to use multiple joints at the same time, recruiting as many muscles as you can for a certain lift or for a certain amount of reps. And that reps are usually between 80 to 90 to 100%. Not saying we have to go there, but we have to learn where those numbers fall for us. Now for me, a 135-pound bench press is super simple, right? That's maybe 40%, 30% maybe, I don't even know, of my 1 rep max. But for someone else, it may not. That might be their 1 rep max. So doing a bench is it's subjective, right? Strength training is subjective, but knowing where you're at and how to start and where to start at is always what you want to do. Get professional help, talk to a trainer, look online, whatever it is. If you want, comment down below. I'll give you a program for free to get you started. Just comment, let me know, and I'll send it to you. Super simple. As my gift to you, I would love to help you. But adding strength training to your life is one of the most important factors inside this 40-year-old journey. Now, when I do strength training, I also like to superset them or compound set them or kind of get movements back to back. And what I fill that time up with is what I would say my active rest is that I'll hit my strength movement for whether it's 5 reps or you could say like, I don't know, 6 to 4 reps or 8 to 4 reps depending on what you're at. And then after the bigger movement, I'll go into some mobility like a thoracic rotation or a side rotations, laying down on the ground, or I'll do some hip openers, some striders, some world's greatest stretches. And then the third movement will be activation, whether it's glute bridges, W's, pull aparts, reverse flies, something small, something that activates those smaller joints, those smaller muscles that you probably do in physical therapy. And by doing all 3, superset it together, where the main part of my energy goes into the big compound movement, then I'll go through some mobility to get some joint end range motions, and then some activation to activate the proper muscles that might be sleeping from me sitting down all day, sleeping on my side, using too much of one side. And with that, we call the crank system, putting those all together, and now we got the best bang for a buck for the time that we do not have, right? As a 40-year-old, you have kids, you're picking up kids, you got them in school, you're going to work, you gotta go food shop, you have the dogs, you have vet visits, you gotta go outside. Now you gotta find time for you. We gotta try to find a way to get this bang for our buck. And for us at Crank, we use strength movement, mobility, activation, repeat. If I need a little bit of extra rest after the activation, I'll take maybe a minute or so. So that'll give me a good 2 to 3 minutes break for my next set of the strength or the compound movement after. Where that extra time might be just breathing, just relaxing, regenerating my body, regenerating my brain, not really my muscles, getting it ready for the next set. So after that, and last thing with that is I want you to know, focus on form, not on the weight. This goes with number one, which is the ego thing. Really focusing on letting go of the ego, but even more so, focus on form. Focus on how it's doing. Lock it out at the top, feel it. Do you feel the triceps lock out? As you're pulling down on the bed, do you feel it in your lats or do you feel it in the front part of your shoulders? Or using the muscles that needs to be done. Focus on the form, not on the weight. If you don't feel it, maybe go down in weight and start to retrain yourself, retrain your body in different ways to feel the muscles working so we know you're doing something. And when you're inside those big compound movements, are you set up in the barbell squat? Are your feet set up? Are your abs nice and tight, engaged? Are your hips ready to go? Are you going down for the depth, abs tight, standing up? A lot of things you have to think about. So practicing the skill over and over and over and over is what's gonna help you in the long run. With that said, let's move to number 2, which is cardio. Join me outside. Shall you? Shall we? Let's go. So the second thing I do is exactly what I'm doing now, is I go for long